What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is a Jay Moore Reviews exclusive video for my truest fans, and it's about my life. Now, I'm not going to say my life is that interesting or the greatest, but it is unique in a way. A little about myself. You all know I'm from Chicago. When I was 26, I ended up moving to Indianapolis with my son's mother. We met in UPS. We ended up moving here by visiting my brother. We stayed. My son was born, and even though we didn't stay together, we broke up shortly after he was born, around 10 months old. I stayed and I took care of my son. And so while I was here, I worked the job, of course. I slowly built myself up, bought a car. I was able to buy another car, a car I always wanted. I had a nice place to live. I was able to buy another home as rental property. So it seemed everything was going good at the time. Taking care of my son, my cars were paid for. I was trying to stay in shape. I was able to come across different people. One time I was shopping, met Bone Crusher the rapper. I was able to take my son to the little museum and different places, Pacers basketball games, different things. I just wanted to be involved and be a part of his life and be an active parent. So I was happy and satisfied with that. Comes to 2011. It was my nephew's graduation from high school in Chicago. I haven't seen him that much since I moved here, and so I wanted to be there for him. My mom came in out of town. My son, that was my sister, and so we came to be there for my nephew in Chicago. He graduated from a good school and everybody was happy. My son, cute in his little suit. And while I was there, I was able to reconnect with my girlfriend from when I was high school days, one of my first love, and I was really happy to reconnect with her. We were able to go out and do things while I was there, and it was really good. I felt really happy about that situation. She had a daughter, I had a son. They were around the same age. They got along. It seemed perfect. We picked up sort of where we left off, so I was happy. Then when I came home, next month we went on a plane to California to visit my father and my cousins, and my son was happy. He never been on a plane before. I spoke with the pilot when we got on the plane. He let him sit in the cockpit, play with the controls, even gave him his hat. And my son was just amazed at how the clouds looked when we were in the plane. And when we finally arrived at LAX, we were all happy. I hadn't been to California since I was a kid myself, and we got to see my dad, spend time with him. It was good. I haven't seen him in a while. I got to see my cousins, my aunts and uncles, a lot of family members that I hadn't seen in a while. It was great to see them, my cousins, and you know, it was just really a great experience. My best friend from since 4th grade, and then we went to high school together and college together. He moved out to LA. He wanted me to move, but I didn't. He was out there. I got to hook up with him, and I was thinking, hey, maybe I might move out to California. I was kind of torn between connecting with my girlfriend and there. We went to Venice Beach. At Venice Beach, we saw a lot of great stuff. I had videos of things, but they were all lost. We were at Muscle Beach. My son, he had a great time. He got to see where the guys work out and lift weights on the beach. My aunt, she had all kind of things planned for us. We went to the where they have the Academy Awards Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. They had a gift shop, all kind of things there. My son, he was just blown away by everything. They had Spider-Man and Captain America looking great in shape, taking pictures. You could take pictures with all kind of people in costumes. They all wanted like $5-10 a piece, but hey, I wanted him to be happy. Michael Myers tried to run up and get some before I had to beat him down. And then we came across out of shape Fat Spidey. We see all superheroes weren't built the same on the Boulevard Strip. Fat Spidey was having a hard time holding them up, rescuing people. And what it was overall was a great trip, though. They had him, he had Zorro backing him up, and also we saw Darth Vader, but instead of like Princess Leia, he had Catwoman. They didn't always understand how the storylines were supposed to go, but hey, they were trying, right? At least that was a good quality. Got Darth Vader suit. Catwoman, I don't know. My aunt, she also had tickets for us to go to Knott's Berry Farm, which was themed America's first theme park. It was a great experience. My cousin, his son was there. They had a great time. They had a lot of rides and things that were for kids their size, and they really enjoyed it. It had a lot of the Peanuts gang there, and I was surprised to see they were still employed. I didn't know they still had a job, but it was cool. Everybody had a great time. My son was happy. He racked up. I tried to win as much little things as I could for him. And then also my aunt also had tickets for us for Disneyland, and so we went to Disneyland. That was me taking pictures with Pluto, and my son and my nephew there taking pictures. And when I was at Disneyland when I was a kid, Michael Jackson had something called Captain EO, and when I came with my son, it was still there. They brought it back, so that was great. And while we were there, we went out to eat. My cousin took us different places, and it was just a real good experience. And my son, he had a great time. He really loved it out there, and so it had me wondering and thinking, hey, this California ain't too bad. Maybe I should come move out here and live. And so when I returned home, I was thinking, hey, what should I do? Should I get rid of my place and stuff and move to Chicago with the love of my life? And then maybe one day we may move to California together from there. Who knows? Or should I just go to California? She may not want to do it. I don't know. I was trying to decide. One thing that would help, I said, my birthday's coming up in September. I'll go down there. So I went to be with her for my birthday in September. And while I was there, we had a great time. I really enjoyed being with her. It was just so perfect. I was so happy. It was just like, I was just happy. I didn't know if I was going to ever go to California, but I did know I wanted to be with her. I didn't want to be single forever. Maybe we'd get married one day and have a happy life. Who knows? I was believing in the romantic fairy tale. And so I started working at another job at FedEx Ground. I used to work at UPS. I started working at FedEx part-time to have health insurance. That Obamacare stuff was all big. And one day on my way home from work, boom, car accident. It was raining while I was at work, and when I came out, it wasn't raining as bad. It was drizzling, and the person that worked with me asked for me to give him a ride home, and so I gave him a ride. Normally I would take the expressway, but since I gave him a ride, I took the streets home. My car hit a pothole, slid out in the rain, hit a tree, bang, that was it. And I was doing about 35-40 miles an hour. Next thing you know, I'm waking up in the hospital so sore and so much pain. I can't move. I'm asking what happened. They're like, well, you were in the accident and your back was crushed and you're paralyzed. You'll no longer be able to walk again. And I was just devastated. And next thing you know, a couple days later, they wanted to do a surgery. They put 2 rods and 8 screws on my spine. And I just was so sore, so beat. But one thing that gave me energy and made me happy is when my son came to visit. It took about 2 weeks almost before they let him come, and then when he came, I was happy. I was in the hospital for a month. Then the rehab came. That took another month while I was in the hospital rehab. Some of the people were nice, some were really rude. Just look at you as another person coming through the little system, and it's just disrespectful. This machine helped me stand. I pass out after 5 minutes because your body adjusts to sitting position, and just your blood pressure was off. But nevertheless, I pushed through as much as I can because I wanted to get back home and be there for my son. He was having all kind of difficulties while I was gone, and so I learned how to use the chair and do what I had to do. My best friend came to visit me while I was in the hospital, all the way from California, as well as his dad and my dad, and we were all there, and I had to spend Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's in the hospital. It was horrible, but I was able to push through it. Finally made it home. Had to adjust to a new life in the wheelchair. It was very difficult, but I always try to focus on the things that I can do something about, and you can't do anything about it, there's no need to focus on it. So that's how I always live my life, and that's helped. My first 10 months, it was my dad and me and my son. And then I started to begin to get help and services, and people come to help. Some people were great, and some people more problems and steal and all kind of things. I started trying to keep in shape. I tried to go to the YMCA. I always loved to swim, and so I would go to the YMCA, and the one lady that I had that was good, she would take me to the YMCA. We would go swimming. I would be able to stay in shape. I wasn't gaining weight, and my health was doing good, and it seemed like maybe this new life and this new me, maybe not too bad. Yeah, I'm losing a lot, and I feel like I'm missing a lot of independence, and I probably would never marry or find that one person again, because after the injury, of course, things didn't work out for whatever reason. And so you know, a lot of things happened, and it hurt, but I just try to focus, as like I said, on what I can and keep my faith, because the Lord, I could have died in that accident, but the Lord brought me through it. I was able to help my son learn how to swim, be a part of his life, watch him continue to grow up, be a great kid. He was always happy. I was able to keep him happy and be a part of his life through school. One thing, that me being injured, I had more time, so I was able to keep him on the honor roll. He was on the honor roll for years. When it came time for him to graduate 8th grade, I made sure he was clean and sharp as a tack. He graduated with honors. I was so happy for him. He was doing a lot of good. He's in high school at a private school. Look how happy he looks, right? But he's doing really great, and I'm proud of him, and this is what he's done. And as far as myself, I've been hanging in there. The few years, it was just kind of difficult. I stayed to myself, and I still do. I had a setback where I was losing control of my hand. I couldn't even push buttons on a cable remote control, and come to find out, fluid was building up in my spine. They did a surgery and a shunt, and it's under my skin, and it always is in pain. But like I say, I can't be too stressed over something in the past as well. There's nothing you can do to change it, so you focus on your present, where you can make a change. One thing that my son and I always enjoy was watching movies, going to the movies, and he would always laugh at my comments. And so he got into YouTube, and he said, "Dad, you should do YouTube videos." And so I didn't think that would possibly be something I could do or people would be interested in. I never was a big time computer person, and so I looked at different videos, and I thought, found something I can do. And a year later, I got over 10,000 subscribers and 4 million views and people enjoy my videos and hear what I have to say, and they actually enjoy it, not because they feel sorry, not because they want to support me, but because I'm injured, but because they actually like the work and the effort, and that really means a lot to me. And so that's why I made this video, to let people know how much I really appreciate it. A lot of times I say I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you. I really mean it. A lot of times my back is killing me, but I still push through it to make these videos for people to enjoy. I know people waiting to see and hear, and I don't want to let people down. And I just really appreciate this, new opportunity that has come to me through YouTube and through you guys, and everybody that support my work at patreon.com. I really appreciate it, because now, as you know, I'm not able to work and I can't do a lot of things, and I'm disabled and my back is broken, but I still try to make the most out of life. And if anything, I hope this video could be a motivation to you and a lesson to you and a testament to the power of the Most High, that anything is possible. And as bad as your situation is, just remember, it's not as bad as you think. As long as you're breathing, you still have a chance to make a change, give forgiveness, and do something different. Never be afraid to do something different. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and I love you all. Like I say, without you, I wouldn't be doing this anymore, because now you know that this is a labor of love, because I do have blood, sweat, and tears into my work. I'm not just some guy that just do this fly by night. It's painful for me. And so with that being said, it all feels better when I see the comments and the support, and people supporting me monetarily and putting their money where their mouth is. I mean, some of you guys support me more than friends and family of mine, and I really truly appreciate that and love you for that, and many blessings to you. With that being said, peace, thank you, and I'm out.